Hi, I'm Adam from Audient, and this is ORIA. We are super excited to be showing this to you guys. This is the world's first dedicated immersive audio interface and monitor controller. And what we mean with world's first is that it's been purposefully designed to do exactly what people want. Because of course, there have been solutions in the past for Immersive and Atmos that are kind of held together with duct tape and stress. And so when we were designing this, we talked to as many immersive engineers as we could to say, what do you really need? What's grinding your gears? What do you wish you had? What kind of things do you want? And we made a big list and we whittled it all down and made ORIA. So ORIA can be used as a separate USB interface. So if you've got just a mix room that you're mixing in, this is all you need. You've got the 9.1.6 connections, which are either analog TRS or AES if you've got digital speakers. And those all have the calibration inbuilt into ORIA. So every speaker has an 8-band EQ. It also has level trim, time delay, and bass management for sending low end to the sub, which is a complete crossover, so it isn't trying to blow up your speakers. It helps you out that way. And so that's over every speaker in what we call a profile. So that gets saved in the unit. And one of the major things that we got asked was, can I also plug in a different set, and my favorite set of near fields, mains, different stereo monitors? So we said yes. So 2 stereo relay switched pairs from the main left and right on the Immersive. So you switch between them with the same conversion, the same kind of mastering idea type thing. And when you switch the profile, that also switches all the calibration, all the EQs, everything changes all in one go. So we think of them like presets. So you switch to your near fields with their perfect calibration, switch to Immersive. You can have different versions of the calibration as well. So maybe a flat version, maybe like a Dolby music version with more low end, less high end, that kind of thing. If you don't want to pay an absolute fortune for an acoustician and manually calibrate your room, you use this. So ORIA comes with the Sound ID reference microphone in every box. And the reason it comes with that is that we've been working with SonarWorks to integrate Sound ID reference. So when you've made your Immersive 9.1.6 or up to room calibration, you then export that directly into ORIA, into your profile. So then that's all saved. So if you want to do that 40 minutes, capture, export, done. And then that's saved to the hardware. So there's no CPU load, there's no software you have to run. You can run the desktop software because it makes things nice and easy to use. But if this is in the rack and miles away from you, you can also use the iPad app. So there's an iPad complete monitor controller with different sections that make things nice and user-friendly. And everything is trying to be as simple as possible. Earlier I said if you're using this in a small room, it's a USB interface. Let's say you've got a bigger studio, high channel track count. You can use 2 optical outputs from any interface into the ADAT ins on ORIA and switch the input to the ADATs. That suddenly becomes essentially a monitor controller. And then that becomes kind of separated from the whole system, so you're not replacing your current studio setup, you're adding this in without having to sacrifice anything that you had. You're not having to stop the mix, rewire, change everything over just to then start working in Immersive. You're just using this all the time, because even if you're not working in Immersive, you just change the profile to stereo and off you go. And then when you do, you click a button, back to your Immersive mixes. So as a big studio that's doing a lot of stereo tracking, you're not sacrificing anything. It's also got an option, if you're in something like a post-production house, to have an optional Dante card. So this has 16 inputs on Dante, which is $600 or so extra, because we figured if we put that in for everybody, and that costs that much more, for 90% of people who don't really want that, why should they pay for that? So that's an optional extra that you can order when you order ORIA. It's available in the next 4 to 6 weeks, Q1, and we're looking at 2,625 US dollars, so 3.5 million Australian dollars. And it's going to be out very, very soon. We're super excited to see you guys having this in your Immersive studios.